Hello, my friends. My name is Amy, and I'm 18 years old. I live with my dad and mom, and we used to live a happy life. My father is a successful businessman who provided my mom and me with everything we needed and more. However, 2 years ago, that day came when my father came home early from work looking sad. "What's wrong, David? Why do you look worried?" My dad sat on the couch and said, "We went bankrupt, Carlene. Everything I owned, the company, the palace, everything is gone." "What happened? Didn't our company invest in a new and big project?" "We lost the project, and we still have a lot of debts that we haven't paid yet. If we don't pay them, our properties will be seized, and I might even get arrested." "May God forbid, David. Don't say such things. Our properties and everything can go away, but you should be with us." Before my mom finished talking, we found the police entering the palace. "Mr. David, you are required to be arrested. Please, my dad will pay the money. Don't take him away. Do what you have to do, officer, but give me some time to say goodbye to my family." "Of course, Mr. David, go ahead." My dad approached me and said, "My daughter, you are still young and you won't understand this, but don't be sad. I will come back, and our life will be the same as it was before. Trust me." "But Dad, I don't want you to leave us." "But I won't leave you. I'm always with you. I will be away from you for a few days only," hugging me to reassure me. Then he turned to my mom and said, "Carlene, I'm sorry that I put you in this situation. You and Amy can go to your sister Eugenie's place for a while. She is your sister, and her husband is a good man who won't let you need anything. Don't worry about us, David. Just take care of yourself. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Carlene, I can't trust anyone but you. I entrust our daughter to you until I get out of jail. You and she will be fine. Agreed?" "We agreed, David, but take care of yourself too. We will be waiting for you." Since our house was seized, we had to take our belongings and go to my aunt's palace, as my dad told us. My aunt welcomed us warmly. "Hello, my dear friends. How are you?" "I'm fine. How about you, Eugenie?" "I'm also fine. You've brightened up the house. But what are these suitcases? Are you going somewhere?" "No, we came to stay with you for a while. David traveled today and we thought we would come and spend some time with you." "Really? Francis also traveled yesterday. He went to Dubai for some business." "Please come in and make yourselves comfortable." "Thank you, Eugenie. Where are the kids? Aren't they here?" "No, they're at the sports salon. Joanna is practicing tennis, while Bruno is practicing swimming. They'll be back soon. May God bless them and keep them safe for you, my dear." "Thank you, Carlene." "And you, Amy? What sport are you practicing?" "I'm currently practicing horse riding. Tennis and swimming are two other sports I know. Let's see your skills someday, hopefully." "Of course, my aunt. Then I'll tell the servants to prepare your room." My aunt left and instructed the servants to take care of me and my mom and prepare the big guest room for us to stay in. When my mom and I went to the room to rest, I asked her, "Mom, why did you lie to Auntie and tell her that Dad is traveling and not tell her about our situation?" "Because I know your aunt well, my daughter. If she knew our situation, she wouldn't let us stay here without payment. But she treated us kindly. But her treatment of us is only because she doesn't know our situation yet. All she thinks about is money, and she kept us here because she knows that your father will reward her for our stay. Otherwise, she would have kicked us out already." "Yes, I understand. So we have to hide our situation from her because there is no other solution for us." "Yes, well said, my daughter. First, your father has to get out of jail, and then everything will be all right, God willing." We went to sleep, and in the morning my aunt prepared a beautiful breakfast for us and took me with her kids, Bruno and Joanna, to the sports salon. We spent a fun time together. This situation continued for a week until my Uncle Francis came back from his trip and learned that we were staying at the palace. He welcomed us and took my aunt inside, saying, "Eugenie, when did your sister and her daughter come here? They've been here for a week. Good for you, Eugenie. When David comes back from his trip, he'll surely agree to partner with you, and your company will become even more successful." "What company are you talking about, Eugenie? Didn't your sister tell you what happened?" "No. What happened?" "David isn't traveling. He's in jail and has neither a company nor anything." "What? Are you kidding me?" "That means Carlene lied to me." "Yes, my dear wife, unfortunately." "I will punish her for her lie, and you'll see. What will you do, I wonder? You'll see in a moment." My aunt went outside, then stood in front of my mother and said, "Carlene, how could you lie to me and not tell me that your husband is bankrupt and has been arrested?" "Who told you that?" Thank God that my husband sent me a message to inform me, or else you would have continued with your lie. If I had told you the truth, my dear sister, would you have welcomed me into your palace with open arms as you did? Of course not. And now both you and your daughter must leave my house immediately. But where will we go, Eugenie? Have you forgotten that I'm your sister and have done so much for you? My Aunt Eugenie remained silent for a moment. Well, if you want to stay here, you'll work as servants in the palace. So tell me, what do you think of my offer? At that moment, I became very angry and told my mother, "Let's leave here, Mom. We won't stay here for another moment because she will make us her servants." "No, Amy. We'll stay here because we don't have anywhere else to go at the moment. We're forced to accept her offer and work as servants until your father gets out of jail. You dream that your husband will get out of prison if you do pay his debts. That's none of your concern. David will be released, and you'll see for yourself what he'll do for you. Yes, we're forced to accept her offer, but don't forget that today it's for her, but tomorrow it may be for us, Eugenie." From that day on, we started working as servants in the palace. Another week passed, and my father was released from jail and came to the palace. I ran towards him and hugged him, saying, "Dad, thank God you're out. I missed you so much. I told you that I would get out, and here I am, my dear pistachio. David, thank God you're safe. How did you get out, and why didn't you tell us?" I have a friend abroad who, when he found out about my situation, was determined to help me. He paid my bail and got me out of prison. He also asked me to work with him in his foreign companies because he believes in me and my intelligence. Thank God very much for your safe return, David. Let's gather our things and come with me to our new home. Where are Francis and Eugenie so that I can thank them for their hospitality? But, Father, they don't deserve any thanks at all. Why do you say that, my dear? I told Father everything that my aunt did to us, and he was very angry with her, but my mother calmed him down before he could say or do anything to her. So we went to gather our things and move to our new home, starting a new life. After a year, my father was able to achieve great success and regained all our possessions, but at the same time, Uncle Francis's company went bankrupt. Then my aunt came to our house and asked my father for help. He said to her, "When I went bankrupt, you didn't treat my wife and daughter kindly because your nature is bad, but I am not like you, so I will help you." At that moment, my aunt could not raise her eyes from the ground due to the intensity of her shame. Then my mother said to her, "You made me and my daughter work as your servants. We have not forgotten this, but we are not lowly enough to do what you did to us, Eugenie. My sister, please forgive me. I know that I treated you harshly and badly, and my sin is unforgivable. But your heart is big, and it will surely forgive me. I have forgiven you, Eugenie. You are my sister no matter what happens, and I will not allow anyone to treat you badly. But I will never forget what you did to us all my life." We welcomed my aunt to our palace and prepared a large room for her and her children. My father supported her husband until he returned to his financial status. Despite my Aunt Eugenie's bad treatment of us, we did not treat her the same way. This is because we have big hearts that do not know the meaning of hatred. And here our story has ended. I wish you happiness, my friends.